I think we're live.
I'm black.
Are we live? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful April 23rd, 2024. I hope
It's
everyone's...
actually pretty gray outside, not gonna lie.
Thank you for interrupting my intro. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Of course, we are joined by Mr. Tyrone, Mr. Yay, Mr. Real Tex and Politics, and of course, James.
Hi.
Everyone's basically here tonight. So tonight's gonna be a quick night. It's just Pennsylvania's primary. The presidential stuff that doesn't really matter. What we're here for is a couple of down-ballot races. And
Tonight's gonna be a quick night, that's what she said.
That's true. Happy Tyrone Tuesday, everybody.
Happy
Tyrone Tuesday.
Alright.
No. It's not Tyrone Tuesday, it's Ty-Win Tuesday.
Ty-Win, oh good lord. Alright.
Ty-Win Tuesday, get those pride flags out, chat.
Now, before we continue with tonight's stream, I hope you guys enjoy these type of streams.
Subscribe, join the channel.
Smash the like
$1
buttons.
a month, you fucking cheapskates.
Tyrone, stop it. Give me my intro back. This is my stream. But yeah, of course, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends. Of course, join the channel. Just $1 a month, like Tyrone says. $1.
Share on social media, too.
What?
Share,
share on social media, Twitter, Instagram,
on
whatever.
Twitter and stuff.
And of course, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way is to send a super chat via, the chat. Again, I'll try to read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get them answered. And we already got a couple. Prince is right for 2. We want to win the House, Attorney General, etc. I don't really know. I really didn't pay attention to some of these races, just because, there's really not much.
I forgot the Attorney General, because they're running to replace Josh Shapiro, I think.
Yeah. So I don't
By
really
the way,
know.
more housekeeping. Pennsylvania's a closed primary tonight.
Yeah, it's closed primary, so we shouldn't have to worry about a bunch of Dems. Surely. Let's see here. Glitch Eevee for 5. But yeah, for other house races, I don't know, honestly. But I think there's 7. There's a competitive one. The first there is. I'm surprised they've challenged
I don't think the first will be super competitive, but it is. Well, I mean, Trump didn't even get involved in the race, so that's.
It could theoretically, maybe the stars align.
He could get. It could be something.
So I'm checking for the endorsements of the 2 Republican candidates for Attorney General. Dave Sunday is endorsed by John Joyce, Dan Weiser, and Lloyd Smucker, as well as Stacey Garrity, the treasurer. While Craig Williams is endorsed by the former Speaker of the Pennsylvania House and a bunch of other legislators, like state representatives.
Okay,
in addition, Dave Sunday is endorsed by the Pennsylvania Republican Party.
A Glitch Eevee for 5. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Hovde most likely wins. I wouldn't go that far yet, but I think he has a good chance. Pale for 2 is James the Democrat, yes. Or liberal, I should say.
I mean, I did switch my registration to vote in the primary, but then I did it it crashed and I did it too late.
Just take the L.
I'll have to wait till the congressional primary.
Take the L, and Yay left. Sad. We lost a real one. L. Dutcher Carter for 2. Republicans losing the House this year. Nevada Senate looks very competitive. First part, they probably. I mean. It depends what Trump does. If he does win the election, I think they hold on. If they lose, no. Nevada Senate looks very competitive. I don't think so, but Marcus Canino.
I mean, it is competitive.
Marcus Canino for 2. Rapidly ever do a face reveal. I did a face cam stream, but I don't really like to do that. Not really worth it. It's just hard for me to do it, and just I don't like it. Don't like to do it. Plus, this is like tradition, without face cam. So, let's see. Democrat turnout in my precinct is a lot higher than 2023's primary. Republican turnout was lower. Now, we just gotta see. Let's see. James, who you're voting for in November? Yeah, James. Pick, you filthy animal.
I've said before, I plan on voting for Biden.
You filth! Just vote for Stein or something.
I mean, I personally don't like Stein, so.
This is exactly what I meant when I said multiple times on stream that college libs are going to inevitably fold back to Biden, by the way.
I mean, I never I never really said I was not going to vote for him.
Let's see here. Prince is right for 5. Earlier, Mitt Romney said he sides with Elvin Bragg and believes a conviction should warrant unbounding delegates. Yeah, I saw that. Mitt Romney's saying, "Oh yeah, we gotta convict the orange man to save democracy." Surely.
Shit, Romney.
The sandwich.
Speaking of the college, uh, yeah, well, someone was about to say. Speaking of the college libs, I put out a tweet saying like anyone that thinks that the Biden Beam Pro ceasefire is going to get all the Palestine people behind him again, just wait till he signs the Israel aid stuff into law.
Let's see here. The sandwich man for 2. Who are cheering on, Sunday or Williams? I don't really know anything about either.
I don't care. I mean, Sunday is endorsed by the party, so I guess that might help. But
Yeah, well, Sunday is endorsed by the party, while Williams has support from like the state house.
Wow, that's both trash.
I don't know.
That's a good sign when both of them seem like they're trash. Woo!
I mean, Sunday well, Williams only has state representative endorsements and the former Speaker of the Pennsylvania House. Dave Sunday has like John Joyce, Dan Voiser, Lloyd Smucker, Stacey Garrity, as well as like CPAC and like the NRA and the Republican Attorney Generals Association, which is like the Republican Attorney General's version of the RTA.
Sunday will probably win this.
Let's see here.
But-
Dusher Carter for 2. Rap, you have a beard. Yes. Minnesota Democrat state senator was arrested. Yeah, I saw that. And apparently she's not going to resign. From everything I could see here. At least Democrats are not pushing for it. Republicans are, but, they can't resign because democracy. Let's see. Rap, will you stream the New York special next week? There's a special election next week?
I think it's for the Buffalo district.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there's a special election for the Buffalo district.
I mean, I'm not going to really pay attention to that. I'm just being honest.
Wait, I will say. Well, actually, no. Wait, they already decided the candidates. But the general election primary has that crazy guy that called for a MAGA to die or something.
I'll be
the New York special. The New York special elections don't have like a they didn't have primaries. It was just like the county parties chose their candidate and they chose some. It was like I think his name was like Tim Kennedy or something like that.
Tim Kennedy, the real Kennedy. Let's see here. Santos dropped out. Yeah, F in chat for George Santos. He has officially dropped out. It's a very sad day. That meme is officially dead.
It's Tim Kennedy versus Gary Dixon.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's safe Democrat. It's Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other special elections that day. So.
All right, polls just closed in Pennsylvania. I wonder how long it's to take for results. Surely it won't take that long. Surely.
I mean, I don't remember the Senate election taking that long to it didn't take that long to call.
Let's see here. Pale for 2. James, what is Biden's greatest accomplishment 2020 to now?
The greatest accomplishment? I mean, I would say the infrastructure bill.
That did nothing though.
I mean, that's probably the biggest piece of legislation he got passed.
Yeah, but it did absolutely nothing. So anyways, Tyler R for 2. Pay attention to Pennsylvania 80th. Barger might bitch the fuck out of Gregory. Who? What? I don't know about that one. Someone look that up. Dustin Carter for 2.
That looks like the state legislative districts.
Dustin Carter for 2. What schools of conservatism do y'all follow? Well, James is a Democrat. So what schools of thought do you follow, James?
Like Bernie Sanders style progressivism.
Well, the chat's gonna go after you now for saying that.
No, yeah, I'm gonna get. There's gonna be like a mob going.
I would say I'm just more of a like Pat Buchanan type, and like Ron Paul. Sam Madsen for what?
Tucker for me.
Tucker, yeah. But I would say Buchanan and Ron Paul. Sam Madsen for 5.
Oh.
Go with... Huh?
Oh, I said them too. Okay, go ahead.
Sam Madsen for 5. Go with Sunday for the sole fact that Williams represents the D+7 seat in the Pennsylvania State House. So it'd be harder to take this Pennsylvania House back if he leaves. Well, the election, he's still not going to run either way, right?
Both closed.
I don't know. Comrade Dorshkin for 2. Intellectuals will be the downfall of man. I agree. Too many intellectuals in the world. That's saying nothing.
Polls closed. Polls are closed.
Yeah, polls
Also,
closed.
I do want to watch the Democrat primary for Attorney General because Democrats will probably win the general election for that race.
It's
so.
still like I want to see what happens because it'd be kind of funny if like some random like Bernie bro wins.
Let me see who's the actually. Oh wow, that is a very competitive primary.
So yeah, someone mentioned the Pennsylvania 80th. I just looked it up. It looks like a guy named Scott Barger is trying to primary out incumbent representative Jim Gregory, and it seems like Jim Gregory is more of a moderate. I can't exactly tell, but it looks like he's more
I want
moderate.
to say, based off of endorsements, I think Eugene DePasquale is probably the front runner for the Democratic primary, but
who knows? It's if it's a down ballot race like that, I don't know. I mean, unless there's like who's the biggest named endorsement for that race?
I mean, this guy has like the most county parties, but he does have the endorsement of Mike Doyle. So
surely.
Oh yeah,
I
so
don't know.
I looked up why he's challenging him, and it's because it looks like Jim Gregory voted for a Democrat to become Speaker of the Pennsylvania
We have
House, and
results.
that's why he's getting
We have
challenged.
results from Allegheny.
Well, we got results. Wow. Okay. Whoa.
Allegheny.
Allegheny. Yeah, that does make kind of sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. All right. Well, it was right about DePasquale. He's at 74% of the vote now for Allegheny. Dave
Also that
Sunday's
means
8.
also that means that
Well,
results for the District 12 primary are in for Summer Lee, and she's leading by 11.
Summer Lee.
she'll probably
Yeah, Summer
win,
Lee.
but it's
Yeah,
gonna be
That's
very
gonna be close. Either way. Yeah, Dave Sunday's winning Allegheny by 24. So,
Yeah.
Dutch
So
Carter
Dave
for
Sunday.
2. Oh,
Well, yeah.
Dutch Carter for 2. James, thoughts on collegiate conservatives?
Thoughts on what?
Collegiate conservatives.
I actually don't know what collegiate conservatives are.
Just
College
conservative
conservative.
college.
Oh, it's a conservative. Oh, it's college conservatives. I mean, I don't
That's what
necessarily
I'm
have a
guessing,
problem.
or like he means organization. I don't know, but like college conservatives. I'm guessing like the.
Oh yeah, it's like college Republicans. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't like have a problem with any college Republican group specifically. Like I'm just not a part of them. But like I don't, I don't. I mean, I don't really have thoughts on them. I don't know.
My TPUSA chapter sims very hard for Israel.
I don't. Wait, what?
My TPUSA chapter sims very hard for Israel.
I don't think that really matters. In my opinion, if you support Israel, I don't really care.
It seems like they simp for it more than like the average conservative organization or even TPUSA as a whole.
Well, I'm just saying, like, here's my thing though. My whole thing with Israel stuff. Like, I'm fine with supporting. I support them personally. I think they're our ally in the region. I understand that, but some of these groups they go way too evangelical on it. Like, oh, we have to like bankrupt ourselves for it. It's like, no, we don't.
By the way, Biden just got called a winner.
Oh, they called for Biden, but not Trump. What would they expect? Like a huge surge in Philly?
Probably so, because Haley's at 35 in Allegheny for whatever the fucking
Trump's
reason.
turned out to be bad in Allegheny. Yeah, that's bad. It's 17%.
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
that's
Pennsylvania's safe Democrat now.
safe Democrat. Let's see. I support Israel, but still say that we need to stay out of it. Oh, yeah, I agree. We should not be involved in that war unless we are directly attacked, which should be just common sense. If you're directly attacked, that's a separate ordeal. But apparently Mike Johnson apologized to Biden about the eye rolls during the State of the Union. I saw that. What the fuck is he doing?
Also there was that whole thing that there was some talk that he was gonna like fine Thomas Massey for recording a video.
I saw that. He would have got thrown out if he did that.
Yeah, he got pressured to back down.
That if he would have done that, he would have got thrown out today. That was I don't get why he was trying to do that. Like what the hell? It's you have every other congressman did it. Why ain't Massey? Why are you gonna target Massey like that?
So there's only 6 actual House primaries in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm surprised by how little seats that are competitive. I would have thought there were like a couple.
Probably a Pennsylvania thing, like they just have like a I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, maybe I think there's like a state law or something for like ballot signatures or whatever.
True. Let's see. Ben Sinnix for 2. George Santos dropped his bid for Congress. Yeah, again, F's in chat for that. Pale for 2. I don't know his name, but is that guy a Freema Palestiner? I think you're talking about James.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by that.
The
Like, I
most
mean, you could.
political answer ever.
Well, I mean, because like I mean, that could be like, I mean, because like I mean, I'm certainly not pro-Israel, but I'm also, I mean, it depends. Like, it honestly just depends on what you mean by that. Because there's some, there's some people who definitely take it too far, but I'm also not opposed to like stuff like conditioning aid and going against the settlements.
If I say what he means, I probably get.
Yep, yeah. Well, just let's leave it at that. Okay. Either way, you're like a centrist on it, or you lean towards like Palestine. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, I post about it on my Twitter sometimes. So if you want to know my thoughts on it, then
results from Northampton. Trump 72%. Okay, there might be a problem here. There
Suburbs.
Northampton's that's not good for Trump.
That's Easton. Oh.
Yeah, that's where like Bethlehem is.
This might.
Yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania is still, I think, majority Democrats in terms of registration.
Listen, this is a county this is a Trump Biden county, and Obama won it back in 2012. That might be a problem. Mike for 2. I still have faith for Ryan Binkley's comeback. That's real.
Yeah, Bink Mentum.
I guess this is early vote, so it's gonna obviously be more Trump, but still not. Well, it depends. How early was early vote in Pennsylvania? What was that? What was that sound? This is a mail-in vote? That explains why. Are you okay? Real Texan, you okay?
I think it's Tyrone.
Tyrone, you good? Oh, okay, good lord. I was like, what the hell is that? Komodorshkin for 2. Westerners simping for Israel/Palestine. Okay, Tyrone, I was in the middle of that, but thank you. Komodorshkin for 2. Westerners simping for Israel/Palestine is cringe. Well, there's a difference between supporting Israel and then simping for it, I agree, but people definitely take it too far. Let's see. Duster Carter for 2. James, do you support open carrying the Second Amendment?
I don't have that strong opinions on gun policy, but I mean,
Sorry,
yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure because I like the second, like, gun issues aren't something I care about.
Okay, we got results out of Philly, everyone. Trump's at 60. Okay. This better be early vote. Because this is, I know it's Philly, but still. This is an early vote, I assume. Someone fact check that.
I assume it's early vote. That's what I was told, that it is likely early vote, but.
Yeah, surely.
I think it's also just MAGA's not turning out for primaries when it's basically already done.
Yeah. Northampton's plus 0.7 for Trump. If Biden outruns Trump there by a lot, that's a massive problem. Well, we just got to see if this is just early vote or just nothing. But 21% in, 58%. I'm guessing this is early vote, so it's obviously going to be closer, but.
That one British, if I think Brandon Herrera will win the primary against Tony Gonzalez, I think it's a pure toss-up, but I think he does have the energy. So
let's see here. Per UPenn education, I'm guessing that's what it says. Early voting typically begins 4 to 6 weeks before the election ends at the mail-in ballot request deadline. Okay, so that's like right when freaking are you another state with these type of early voting laws this late? 4 to 6 weeks. Buck is in. Yeah, Bucks is currently in. By the way, Bucks in 6. I forgot to mention that. Bucks in 6 in finals.
Broken Bucks.
Good lord.
They
call for Trump. Congratulations.
What to do?
Oh, and the seventh district had the primaries decently close. Results have been reported. Ryan McKenzie is leading with Maria Montero not far in second, and then Kevin Gallagher in third.
Let's see here. Prince is riding for 2. Pennsylvania early voting started March 5th. That Are you serious about this? Are we doing these laws still where it's 6 months before election? Or what? 6 weeks?
6 months before election.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay,
You hear that, guys? You can start voting for president starting this May in Pennsylvania.
We have results from Pennsylvania's first.
yeah, Fitzpatrick's holding.
Okay, yeah, that's it. It's basically a
that.
buck.
So much. That was like that 1% chance. Out. You're done. GOP voter registration gonna break bucks. Well, the thing is, like, if this is early vote, that explains a lot, but we just gotta wait and see. I'm guessing because Democrats had a more competitive attorney general race, maybe that's why turnout's a bit higher. But yeah, there's a lot of outstanding votes, so it's gonna be fascinating. Mike for 2. Why even vote in a primary if you know the winner? Well, because there could be referendums, there could be down-ballot races. It's still important to vote as much as you can. Because you don't know if there's like some random, referendum on like, who knows, taxes or something.
Yeah, it's good to vote in like every election.
General Hydra has been a member for 8 months. Biden is so going to lose this election. Well, I wouldn't go that far to say he's 100% done, but if this is an early vote, we just gotta see. Just gotta see.
All right. Well, that's it for Pennsylvania's first. Let me take. Okay, so 7, that's a bit competitive. 12, they haven't updated it since they started.
So this is early vote. Yeah, that's
from what I've been told. Like Summerlee's this was supposed to be Summerlee's like first draft, or at least not her second first draft, I think. So she's supposed to gain more votes after, or
from the looks of it, for the attorney general primary on the Democratic side, there might be a geographical divide here.
Oh yeah, that's 100% the case. Always Pennsylvania. I mean, it's always that's the one state.
I believe Bradford Gray is actually from Philadelphia, so it does make sense. But Joe Kahn actually didn't even look him up. Looks like he's from Bucks. He got the Bucks County Democratic primary endorsement.
Comrade Dushkin for 2. People just don't give a shit about primaries. Well, yeah, compared to the general, yeah, but it's still important. You were saying, look at what happened in Arizona. What happened in Arizona?
That trial, I guess. I don't know.
Who knows?
Republican primary, Dave Sunday looks to probably be the favorite, but we'll see what happens in the other counties.
Yeah, somebody could tell me if Dave Sunday's good or not.
For some reason, Craig Williams is winning Philadelphia. Not sure why that is, but...
Duster Carter for 2. James, you support Southern independence. Dixie.
I don't support secession.
What are you doing?
I'm fucking humming Dixie's Land, you fucking idiot.
Hey, what'd I say? York County.
What did I say?
Hold on, okay.
What did I say?
York's in.
65-35. Okay, I should probably go ahead and check the 10th district primary.
Someone check the Secretary of State website, because they have the results by, like, vote type. That should explain it. Prince Ryder for 5. Early voting started March 5th, Super Tuesday. Haley dropped on March 6th, but invests money into the state. Early mail-in voting is counted first. Yeah, that explains it then. Especially with turnout being so low, this is going to inflate our numbers a little bit early on. Fitzpatrick destroying.
Okay, York County is in, but the 10th district Democratic primary is not, so that is weird.
Okay, people are saying look at Fitzpatrick's seat. Yeah, Fitzpatrick's going to win.
yeah, we already did. He's already won.
Yeah, he's won. He's going to... I mean, the only way he had the other guy had a chance of winning is Trump endorsed him. That's the only way he had a shot.
Apparently, Houck did a really bad campaign.
Maybe. Surely.
Let's see what else we got. We get another county. Washington's in 70-30.
Washington? Wait. Let's see here. Yep, I see it.
Washington, southwest of the Pittsburgh.
Dinner's here. I'll see you guys later.
Surely.
Yeah. Delaware County is currently 89-11, but it's only...
I know this old mail-in. That's why it's looking so good for Biden. Haley. But...
Okay, we got results now for the 10th District Democratic primary. Janelle Stelston is running away with it and will probably be the nominee.
Well, that's half in New York. But I mean, Dauphin is the
Oh yeah, they're
Dauphin
so
is
dumb.
the
Ooh,
big,
Erie's in on
yeah.
the Democrats. Okay, that's nothing. Never mind. This is actually good for
Yeah,
Trump if
it's
it's early vote.
96
If it's
votes.
early vote, yeah, but I still want to wait and see.
84 votes. Okay,
Lebanon,
okay, why am I even Democratic
Lebanon, it's not
primaries?
even worth talking about. So let's make a rule on this channel or these streams. How do we make it
Okay,
where
lack of one.
if
You
the
want to see some lopsided stuff? A lack of one on the Republican side. Only 24 votes. Trump's winning all of them.
yeah, I'm just okay. I was about to say if from now on, can we just make a rule that if the percent count is under like 10%, don't even mention it. Just don't even say it because, like, you know, one of these times it's gonna be like a county like Philly where it's like, whoa, Trump's at 46%, and then he gets like crushed because it's only 1%.
Yeah, it's like when I said I think Trump's going to win Virginia back in 2020.
Yeah, that
because
was that
they
aged well.
hadn't counted any of the votes. He just hadn't counted the votes.
Trump's cooking Erie. There's like no votes in.
It's 49.
This is actually good for Trump. This early vote. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
Republican
maybe.
College Palestine. What? Oh, speaking of that, did you guys see what happened at Columbia University?
Yeah, I like
Snap.
the protests there just seem to like devolve into like I don't like just they just seem to have like completely
They
turned
lost
into
it.
We're
It's
asking
fine.
whether it results in mass unrest. I mean, I don't know if it's not going to be as widespread as 2020, but I mean,
It's
well, I
it's
mean,
gonna
it
get
could.
bad. I'm starting to just feel if
I mean,
Columbia,
it's widespread in terms of like college campuses across the country, but
but it's
I
getting
mean,
so bad. Didn't they say that the
worst will be in Chicago during the DNC.
didn't they say that the rest of the year is canceled or something? Like it's rest online,
The rest of the semester.
rest of the semester. Yeah, it's
They
like
may as well cancel the fall semester because they're still going to be going on by the time it's election day and
surely.
probably even before. I mean, especially when it's like once it's like the 1 year anniversary of the day, they'll probably have a whole rally for it.
Dustin Carter for 2. James, would you support annexing Alberta as the 51st state?
I mean, I guess if they wanted it, I don't think they want to.
I don't think
but
they want to either. They're just sitting there. It's like, yeah, sure. We want to be part of America. Surely.
Also, that would be really ugly borders. Like we just have like a bit of America sticking right up into Canada.
The rest is online. Yeah, but still, it's like when you pay, how much is to get to Columbia? What's the tuition? Like 70,000 or something crazy?
I mean, a lot of these colleges are raising their tuition to like 90,000 now.
Okay, but let's just say 70,000 or whatever it is. When you spend that type of money, you should not be, rest is online because of a protest. Borderline a riot. But that's my opinion. Check NBC. A lot of people are voting the Republican presidential primary, but not for McCormick. Really? I'm actually...
Yeah, who are they voting for if it's not McCormick? Because he's the only one on the fucking ballot.
Is it like write-ins?
It would have to be.
I'll pull it up right now.
Who is this Jack Stolzheimer guy, and why is he winning in wherever the fucking county is? I think it's Monroe.
Let me pull this up, chat.
NBC is reporting that Dave McCormick has 100% of the vote.
Oh,
Yeah, but a bunch of voters are not voting for McCormick. I know it's
It's-
uncontested,
I mean,
but...
It says there's 0 write-ins.
Yeah, but, like, James, right now there's, like, I think that's 45,000 Republican votes at the presidential level, only 37,000 votes from McCormick.
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
Surely.
They may have just left their ballot. They may have just left their ballot blank.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
probably so.
Dustin Carter...
So, I mean, of course they would leave their ballot. Again, still... It's... whatever.
Dustin Carter for 2. Columbia refused to admit a Jewish professor to campus. I don't get why. Why are you appeasing these people? Like, they're nut jobs.
Because it's unsafe or whatever.
What?
Because it's unsafe or something, I don't know.
But it's like, if it's unsafe, just get these people off of campus. Get the National Guard or something.
First Amendment, peaceful protest.
Oh yeah, peaceful. It's so peaceful that the people that they can't go to campus because it's dangerous. Yeah, I'm sure that's peaceful. Surely. Freaking joke. Hey, Rapid Crew, which Rust Belt state is the best position to flip the Trump, and which Sun Belt state is the best position to be held by Biden? I'm gonna say Nevada for the Sun Belt, and I'm gonna say for Rust Belt, I think Trump's has best chance in actually Michigan. I'm starting to believe that. I can't believe I said that, but I'm starting to have faith in Michigan. So far, turnout's legit shit on the Republican primary. Yeah, but it's close primary and
Pennsylvania 7th, Northampton's in. Brian McKenzie's still up by 5 points.
who's the good one here? Is it McKenzie?
Probably
McKenzie?
so. I mean, I think all of them are good, but McKenzie's probably, I guess, optically the best.
I don't know. Breaking America. Hold on. Breaking. No, I'm not gonna read that. Fiery but mostly peaceful. Yeah, it's mostly peaceful. I love when they say that. Fiery but mostly peaceful.
Oh, they have Monroe County in for District 7, and McKenzie has expanded his lead
Yeah,
in the
McKenzie's
primary.
gonna win.
Well, I mean, Montero's. I mean, it depends on Lake County now. I mean, Montero could get a if Montero has a favorable drop in Lake County, that could cause her to
All
win.
right, now we actually have votes out of Erie. 64-36. What the
Yeah, this you can definitely tell it's the mail-in votes. People are saying that's what it is in chat. We gotta see. Stephen Howard for 2. Is Trump the favorite of Pennsylvania in the general election? I'm gonna say it's 50-50. 50-50 right now. I just think it's so close that you can't really say one way or the other. Hey,
I
by the
think
way,
the problem is people are still falling for, the Scranton Joe image, and I don't know if they can be convinced otherwise.
hey, I just realized something. I just love how Pennsylvania, which was notorious in 2020 for counting slow, they're counting pretty fast right now. Considering.
Well, yeah, because it's not a competitive race, so they don't have to do what.
Good lord. Lee isn't even cracking
You know,
60%. Well, Summer Lee, that's supposed to be her worst vote drop, right? The early votes.
Oh shit! I completely forgot about that.
No, from what I've heard, the mail-in vote actually isn't good for her, and that it's
Oh,
the election day vote that's supposed to be good.
okay. Baylor Spangler for 2. Just got here. What did I miss? Nothing really. Brian Fitzpatrick held on by a lot. It looks like McKenzie's gonna hold on or win at PA 7.
Oh, speaking of which, yeah, they did finally call up for Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, so right now
Yeah,
the story I guess is just the turnout's pretty bad, but it's only 5% in, so you can't really make an assumption based off of that. But
okay. Looks like they have not updated the 12th district primary.
McKenzie supports late-term abortions. Wait, what? Is that real? Someone fact check that.
Those what support late-term abortion?
They're saying McKenzie
So, yeah.
supports late-term abortion. There's
That
no
can't be
way.
right.
Surely that can't be real. That's a card for 2. James Alberta would be a Republican state, so DNC could be admitted as a Democrat state. That way, there's good compromise, balanced power. Both sides would be happy. I don't think Alberta would be a Republican state.
And also, I think Alberta. I think Alberta's okay with being in Canada.
Yeah, I just don't think they're gonna be Republican state. People misunderstand that just because they vote conservative doesn't mean that's conservative. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
There's a lot of if you when they actually do poll Canadians on this, and it's like half of conservatives say that they would vote for Biden or something like that.
That's the conservatives of Canada for you.
But I mean, I just looked up Ryan McKenzie's voting record, and it seems like he isn't pro-choice. I mean, he voted to limit taxpayer funding of abortion. He voted to require funeral for abortion remains. He voted to prohibit abortion based on like Down syndrome diagnosis.
Okay. So the McKenzie stuff's bullshit, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Who knows?
and I'm looking at tissue paste. It actually looks pretty good. So
Yeah, I don't know.
he seems like he'll be a congressman if he is elected, which we'll see. If anything, the Mike Johnson stuff, this might be one district that prevents a flip.
I'm pretty sure the right-wing pro-Alberta, pro-independence party hasn't been polled over 10%. Yeah, I mean, just the whole thing with, like, Alberta being Republican, it won't. Like James said, they vote, like, half the conservatives in Canada, they're gonna vote for Biden. What does that tell you about them?
Yeah.
Canadian
I
liberal
mean-
equals communist. Not far from the truth.
And I guess like the endorsements, I guess, are a good way to think of how each candidate is for Pennsylvania 7th. Kevin Gallagher was endorsed by Lou Barletta. Ryan McKenzie was endorsed by Americans for Prosperity and the NRA. And Maria Montero was endorsed by Kathy Barnett and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Oh boy. Kathy Barnett, that's not a name I've heard in a while. Let's see here.
Okay, looking at the AG primary on the Democratic side, looks like the Pasquale seems to be doing really well in the rural counties. I mean, there's still a lot that needs to come in, but it looks like his opponent's support is
They're
limited
splitting
to
each other. I think that's what's happening. They're gonna start
Yeah,
splitting
but it's
each
also
other.
limited to Eastern Pennsylvania, so we might be getting like a McCormick situation.
Yeah. Rap, do you think Reagan is overrated, especially by the Reaganites? Yes, I think he's overrated.
Of course.
This worship around the guy is just insane.
You want to talk about an overrated senator right now? John Kennedy. How about that?
Wait, what?
John Kennedy is overrated.
The thing with Kennedy is
Louis-
like
He's a neocon.
he has streaks of being really good, but then like really crap. That's his problem.
So he's got good wit, but he's also a neocon, and that
True.
bugs me. I mean,
Does
I know he used to be a Democrat, but he was like a pro-war Democrat.
Dustin Carter for 2. What territory could we admit as a Republican state then? I mean, the closest would probably be Puerto Rico. It'd be more of a swing
Puerto
state.
Rico.
I mean, Guam did vote for a Republican non-voting representative.
It would be a swing state,
Yeah,
I think.
I don't think they would vote for Trump though. I mean, they have a big military presence, so they probably could.
Guam does a straw poll for their elections, and I mean Trump did a lot better in 2020 than he did. Like it shifted heavily toward Trump in 2020. He still lost it, but it did have like a pretty big shift.
I tried to warn you about Pennsylvania, but nobody listened to me. Well, the thing with Pennsylvania is early vote. You don't freaking know if this is actually anything. So it's still early. Alberta would be like D+2, and Edmonton is getting infested by... Okay, I'm not going to read that.
Okay, Democratic primary for AG. It looks like Bradford Gray won another county, which is Wayne. Although he's only winning it by 3, so that'll probably flip eventually. More than likely, it's going to flip to Pasquale. Bradford Gray will probably only end up winning Philadelphia in the end, which is his home county.
All right, so McKenzie's up. Yeah, there's no votes in. Now this is part of Pennsylvania where it gets awful. They vote and then, or they count votes. And
That probably means all the mail-in votes are done.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. So we're Trump's only at 67% statewide, but that's mail-in votes.
Early vote.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot. It's definitely gonna be more Republican.
Oh, there's a big
The
thing
early
going
vote
on.
of Pennsylvania is extremely left-leaning, even compared to other states.
Also, there's
Does
a
my
big
mic sound good?
there's
Yeah,
a
mic
big
sounds
upset going on right now. There's a big upset going on right now in the treasurer race. Ryan Bizarro is down, and he was seen as like the likely nominee. And he's a big overperformer, so they were hoping that they could run him to defeat Garrett.
Bizarro? That's his
Bizarro,
name?
yeah.
Bro.
Ryan Bizarro. He represents like the Erie County in the state house.
Are we paying attention to the summer lead race?
So we're looking at a little bit. We haven't had an update in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't updated since the first drop. It's Summer Lee's leading by 11.
So
Rap, thoughts on whether or not the U.S. should annex Greenland? That's not going to happen. And that's a meme with Trump, but it's just not going to happen.
But the correct answer is yes.
Yes, we want it.
I mean, if they became a state, they would be probably the most liberal state in the country.
They're not
I never
States.
said to make it a state.
It would be like a territory.
Both of their governing and opposition parties are, one is social democratic and the other is democratic socialist.
They can have fun with that as a territory.
Yeah,
of the
they can deal
US.
with that. Have good luck. Let's see. Bro's literally a DC Comics character. Yeah, Bizarro. That's true.
okay, so apparently Greenland's like a socialist state.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure their Socialist Party is the governing party of Greenland right now.
Bro.
Okay, with that information, I don't know why the Calvin Coolidge Project really wants Greenland to be annexed.
Well, just make it a territory. Just make it
Make
like
them a territory.
make it like
They want to be a
Guam.
state.
Just make it Guam. Don't make it a state. I know it's when you deal with like Denmark or Greenland, you know it's gonna be a super Denmark.
I mean,
but
I don't think Greenland would be happy with that because they get voting like they get to vote in the Danish parliament. So.
tell them they can stick it. They don't. It's not my problem. Just get go.
Look, they'll get delegates. They'll get to have delegates in the primaries. All right, they'll
they
be
get
happy.
They get 2 delegates. You can live with it. You can live with it. And that's on one. That's on the Democrat side. The Republican side's 1.
Like a Greenland GOP would be even smaller than like the DC GOP.
Oh yeah, it would be just one guy in a basement. Just can't.
And that guy would probably be like someone who would be like an American who moved up to Greenland to find.
It would be like a Phil Scott type.
Yeah, someone was asking if Greenland is owned by Denmark. Officially, yes, but Denmark views Greenland as sort of an independent country that's under their like security guarantee. Like Greenland doesn't. I'm pretty sure Greenland chooses not to be in the European Union while Denmark is in the European Union, even though technically they're the same country.
Isn't that kind of how we view Puerto Rico?
No, because Puerto Rico still like. If we join an alliance, Puerto Rico is part of that alliance, but that's not the same with Greenland.
Let's see here. Send Bill to Hades. He cares so much about it. What? Bailey Spangler for 5. Biden went to Tampa Bay today to fearmonger about abortion. They really think Florida's in play for Dems? They're either delusional or they know that they're not going to win, so they're trying to grift off of it. That's the only 2 explanations.
There's a lot of Democratic donors in Florida, and they want those donors to get more money.
I was going to say, yeah, there are a lot of boomer Democrats.
Oh, you returned from the grave.
Deep pockets. I do indeed. Yes. Hello.
Oh, Trump only won Florida by 3, and he's getting convicted.
Yeah. He's going to only win by 30 next time.
Yeah, he's only winning Florida by like 12 points, guys. Trust the plan.
Hey, Rapid Crew, I've used my 2012 to 2020 RCP popular vote election prediction model. I end up with Utah becoming D+1 and maybe becoming R+2. What?
No. Sometimes you do have to account for the fact that that was Romney's home state.
Yeah, I would say just chill out on the. Sometimes you gotta like get the Mormon bias out of there.
I would say Trump's going to win Utah by like probably 18 or 20 points.
What did you win by last time? You won it by
21.
21, yeah. He's the one by the same.
He'll probably continue shifting left. I don't.
The problem is every part of Utah that's populated is left trending, so it's like there's no really anywhere for him to gain. So it's like he'll probably do like a couple points worse here and there, but I think he's gonna win.
Because Mormons have so many. The only hope for Trump in Utah is or Republicans is the fact that Mormons have so many kids. And yeah, they're shifting Democrat, but they're still conservative.
Well, the other thing is that like the Provo area is like super Republican for a suburban metro.
Yeah,
like Provo voted heavily for Mike Lee in the Senate race.
It's Mormons. Blame the Mormons.
Let's go Mormonism.
Mormons should have voted for McMullen, and they still voted for Lee. So
Trump only wins Florida by 15. The Sims are gonna say that Trump only won by 15. DeSantis won by 20. Here's why that's bad news for Orange Man.
Also,
well, they don't like any Republican now.
Some of Carbon County came in for the 7th district, and Ryan McKenzie has expanded his lead slightly more now. So so now we're just gonna have to see how Lake County votes, or is it Lehigh or Lake?
Yeah, Lehigh.
I'd wait for election day.
Democratic primary for Attorney General Jack Stolzheimer is now in second place after getting 75% of the vote in Delaware County.
Welcome back, Tyrone.
All right, so
how is he getting 75%?
Now Pennsylvania's starting to slow down their counting. Woo! This is gonna be a fun hour or whatever.
I love Pennsylvania.
Fucking hate
okay, all right. Jack Stolzheimer was endorsed by the Delaware County Democratic primary.
Who got endorsed by who?
Delaware County Democratic primary. Well, Democratic Party. Sorry.
They got endorsed by the primary. Yeah,
that got endorsed by the primary.
Yeah,
the primary chose him. And
primary used Pennsylvania.
Got endorsed by the Democratic Party in Delaware County, and I don't know how he's still getting 75% of the vote there.
Hey, yay.
Yeah.
The Democratic vote used to get it in Pennsylvania.
Sir,
this is true.
Dustin Carter for 2. That's why Southern Baptists are based. Mormons, thumbs down.
I'm a former Baptist.
Well, fellas, it was nice speaking to you, but I'm being called back. I will return.
Suing NB pussy, dude.
What,
No
what do you
comment.
say?
No comment.
Okay, Tyrone, what did you just... Don't say that again.
NB, non-binary.
Stop. Just...
That's
I'm
getting
not
edited
allowed
out.
to say I'm not allowed to say the gender inclusive term non-binary
just
on
don't
stream.
say it.
What do you have against non-binary
Okay,
people?
you're about to get kicked from the stream real quick.
You're not being very tolerant.
Let's see. Biden Trump, how many times does he have to prove that we can't be trusted? Wait, what?
Huh?
Did he say that? Biden Trump, how many times does he have to prove
Yeah,
that we
he did.
can't be trusted?
Yeah, he had a gaffe today, and he said that he said that. Yeah.
Bro.
Uh,
Let's see.
Biden.
This actually sizable lead in the primary for Trump for Pennsylvania standards. Well, it's early vote, so
What are the primary candidates in the 7th district like? I haven't looked much into it.
I don't know. Prince is right for 5. From what I've heard, the state will have all ballots counted by May 6th, according to their new election integrity team that Shapiro formed. Come on!
All I see is that Maria was endorsed by Kathy Barnett and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, so
the primary isn't going to be done until for another 2 weeks.
God, not this shit. Well, we're not gonna. We'll stay here for a while.
Yeah, I think Biden's probably winning Pennsylvania, then. God damn it! All right,
bro, unfreaking believable. Better than California, but that's not saying much.
Well, California is still
Alright.
counting one of their House races.
Mike for 2. Give Canada Utah in exchange for Alberta. No. It's a terrible
The
idea.
way I see it,
Alberta would vote Democrat.
We're going to trade Utah for Nevada long term because Utah is going to be a blue state in like a few decades. Nevada will probably be a red state. At the same time, though, Kansas will probably also be a blue state, so you need something to replace that.
Rap, you can't leave it until 99% is reporting.
New York Times doesn't even have
Yeah,
the
so,
99%
welcome to the
reporting
2-week
anymore. They
stream.
changed it to greater than 95%.
Wait, what? Who's okay? People are what? What did you just say?
No, I said that like the 99% reporting doesn't it's not on New York Times anymore. They just do like greater than 95%.
Yeah, so it can't even physically happen. I'm just forced to stay here.
But if you want to go till 95%, you're gonna wait 2 weeks.
Yeah. At least California's excuse that they have the most people. What? No, that's still a garbage excuse. Like 10 years ago, they will count everything in like 2 days. Now, there are some votes here and there, but like 99.9% was done. Mike for 2, we don't need the neocon Mormons. Yeah, but they still vote Republican for now. But, whoops, up with that. Rap, there could be a chance.
It's not just about, they're neocon Mormons. They also literally control the American government and military.
Wait, I'm not even getting into that. Just
also, in the 10th district for the Democrats, Dauphin County is in, and Janelle Stelz looks like she's going to win it because half of Dauphin County is in, and she's ahead by.
Aw.
I'm talking about the 10th district. That's where the Democratic challenger is Scott Perry.
Oh yeah, we can pretty much call it for Janelle Stelson. She's at 48%, and even if Cumberland comes in, it's probably going to go to Stelson by a lot. So.
Let's see. Will Larry Hogan win in Maryland? I still don't think so, but I think it's a good chance. Or at least a chance of winning. A singular chance. Mormons should realize that liberal Dems hate them for being religious. Well, they actually agree with it for whatever reason. Because Mormons. I'd rather name Jefferson the 51st state. Well, that's not going to happen. What would be the 51st state?
Oh, speaking of devil, Cumberland County just came in for the 10th district, and it's basically over. Janelle Stelson is won.
For which district?
10th district. So congratulations.
Congratulations. You're going to lose with Scott Perry by like 10. Good job. That's your celebratory, victory. You get to lose by 10. Mike for 2, they vote Republican, but the Romney Republicans, oh yeah, the Romney Republicans, they're taking over the Republican Party. That's a problem.
Well, they'll vote for the Becky Edwards Republican.
Yeah, they vote for Becky Edwards as a Republican, but that's about it. That's too conservative for them still. I guarantee you if it was a partisan Democrat versus Becky Edwards, they would just vote for the partisan Democrat. I guarantee it.
Okay, so here's a question I have. So if we can trade Utah for Nevada, but then what do we trade Kansas for?
This goes under the assumption that Kansas is guaranteed to flip blue long term.
Here's my take on Kansas. I think, with Kansas City, it's gonna be more. It's gonna be obviously more Democrat, but these people are delusional. Think it's gonna swing like 70 points Democrat.
I think these long-term predictions are stupid in general when we can't even predict an election that's like in a day.
Yeah, well, we don't know like this. If Trump is really doing, 10, 20 points better with African Americans, 20 points with Hispanics, those numbers might as well just flush down the toilet.
So much changes in one cycle. I hate it when people are like, in 30 years, like, we don't know what's gonna happen in 30 years.
All right, we have an update out of Pennsylvania 12. Westmoreland is now in, and looks like the general results have not changed at all. So I think we are looking at a Summerlee victory here, but
election
we'll have to
days,
see
wait
because it's
for 'em.
41% in, and
the election days are supposed to be more favorable to late.
That doesn't make sense.
The sandwich man.
That's what I mean. That's
the sandwich man for 5. Let's talk elections video upcoming. Pennsylvania Primaries should scare Republicans for November. Real. Optic Big Evil for 2.
Like I said, he's paid by the White House to make Democratic favorable videos. If he posts one video
opposing Biden,
both Republicans leading a poll, he's going to lose his job.
Yeah, I did. Optic Big Evil for 2. I didn't expect Biden to give them as much support here. What the hell are you talking about?
Unlike what, James, is the election day vote in Dem primaries like more left leaning or something?
Yeah, the election day vote in Democratic primaries is more favorable to progressives.
Let's see here. Yeah, so
all right, Free Palestine gets a W today.
You notice something before he got hired by the Biden campaign or wherever he works for at this point? Go up to 2023. He was making videos predicting Republicans were going to win. But the second he got that job, or whatever he does now, is it an internship? What is it?
Yeah, he's a White House intern.
Okay, the point is, suddenly, he's predicted nothing but a blue wave. I'm not kidding. Go back to LTE 2023, and there were plenty of videos of him saying there are problems for Democrats. But now it's like, oh no, it's a red tsunami, no matter what.
The blue tsunami.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee you he would be fired if he posted one video about Republicans being favored in something.
Comrade Dushkin for 2. Nearly all of Kansas City Metro is in Missouri, not Kansas. Well, no, there's still parts of Kansas City in Kansas.
The Kansas part is still pretty big. Overland Park is.
It's almost County.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's all. It's obviously like mostly Missouri, but there's still a large chunk in Kansas.
Actually, I think the Kansas part is growing faster.
And Brewster for 5. Rap breaking. Iranian lawmaker hints at a nuclear test. I don't believe that. Unless you listen, you gotta have a good source for that. You can't just say, oh yeah, Iranian guy says so. Optic Big Evil for 2.
By the way, Dean Phillips is at 25% in Cambria County, and that so far is best.
Which county?
Cambria. It's only 4% in, but it's turnout's bullshit. Anyway,
Optic Big Evil for 2. I'm just saying it's pretty crazy getting this. It's not that crazy. He's an incumbent. And this is supposedly his home state. So
his opposition is a Dean Phillips that's dropped out.
Yeah, meme. And knowing how like Ohio went, the rest of the votes are probably more like friendly to Dean Phillips.
Oh, Cambria, that's where Johnstown is. Okay.
Let's see here. Be careful, Rap. The big guy may be mad at you for exposing for an LT. I'm not trying to expose anyone, but if you're gonna be working for the White House, it's the same thing he did in 2020. He did. Who did he work for again? I forgot. The lady from Maine.
I think it was Sarah Gideon.
Yeah.
It was Sarah Gideon or whatever. The point is, he never disclosed it, I think. Did he?
No.
He's disclosed that he works for Gideon. He's disclosed that he works for the White House.
Yeah, it was Sarah Gideon, pretty sure.
He just doesn't disclose that he's basically getting paid to make these, favorable predictions.
If I ever got paid by any party, where I would be open about it, like in the description, I'd be saying I am paid by X or whatever. I'm obviously not.
They probably won't even let you say that because I don't know.
No, I would.
It's Like, if you get hired by a party, I mean, it's not like that's a hidden information.
Yeah, if I ever got hired by a party or something like the RNC called me and said they want to do a video or something, I will say I will only do it if I can disclose it. Like, I have to put in the description, I have to put at the start, because I don't like these people that say, like LTE does. Again, I don't know if that's true or not, but if it's true that he works for the White House and,
Oh well, he's shown a picture of himself like as like a White House intern on Twitter before.
then he's freaking full of it then. How can you make an honest prediction like that? How? And I guarantee you, they probably, like, they watch list all of his videos. They probably, like, make sure the videos are scripted. Like, okay, you must say this.
Currently, in the Republican primary, over 90% of the votes cast or counted right now are mail-in votes.
How about election day?
Well, here it actually splits it up per candidate on the SOS site. So about 90.65% of Trump's vote are mail-ins. 9.35% are election day. As for Haley, it's 97.65 mail-in, 2.35 election day.
Okay, well, so for the election day vote, what percent of Trump winning? Did you do just rough math?
Let's see. They kind of format it a little weirdly.
Optic Big Evil for 2. Turnout for Trump is so awful here. 1, it's 11% in, and that's because of early votes. These are just early votes. And secondly, Democrats are 33% in. 3 times the amount, plus the closed primary.
Based on as far as who's winning mail-in votes, I mean,
all right, Trump's winning mail-ins right now by 26, 63% to 37.
What about election days?
Let me do that.
But yeah, you can't just say
it's a very small amount though.
Yeah, it just has it now. But yeah, it's 11% in, 3 times less than the Democrats. If you do the basic math, that's going to be on pace for roughly the same, despite Democrats having 100,000 more voters or something like that.
He's winning it by 76, 88 to 12.
Yeah, like I said.
By the way, Trump just won every delegate in Pennsylvania.
What?
Trump won all delegates in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the rest will be the side of the state convention.
Biden, will win every delegate, but it's still updating.
To be honest, a lot of people who make predictions make them slightly biased for their own side, be they Democrat or Republican. Well, yeah, but here's the difference. I'm open about it. I'm openly conservative. I'm openly, quote unquote Republican, I guess. But the whole thing is you got to be open about it. These nonpartisan hacks, they're so full of it, and I hate them. Not personally, but I just hate the fact that they gaslight people into thinking, oh, yes, this person has no political opinion. He's nonpartisan. Everyone is partisan in one way or the other. That's a fact.
I should even mention, Empire State Politics is like a massive dissent, and he's basically making the same type of predictions that LTE is making.
Not going to say anything about that.
Okay, whatever.
Well, no, I just don't know. No, I just don't know Empire State Politics that much. I've had like a couple like beefs with, or not beefs, but like, what do you call it? Like on Twitter, he says some really dumb stuff.
Just like Twitter arguments?
Yeah. He says some really dumb stuff. Like today he said like, oh, well, Republicans are only gaining in Pennsylvania because of, ancestral Democrats. But how do you explain what's happening in Delaware? What's happening in Chester? That those are not ancestral Democrats flipping. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if they're gaining that many registered voters in the suburbs, then yeah, that's not like I saw like they're gaining voters in like Bucks.
They're gaining.
Was it Montgomery in Delaware?
No, every
Chester?
single county they're gaining. Every single county in Pennsylvania they've gained.
I won't deny that part of it is ancestral Democrats flipping.
Fine, that's southwestern Pennsylvania, but to say that Philly, or I guess parts of Philly you could argue, but
well,
like,
they have automatic voter registration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there you go. It's because the non-voter is much more Republican than the active voter.
That's not a conspiracy, that's a fact. I have done like 10 videos on the same subject. The people that are not registered right now are super Republican. And that's why what's happening in Pennsylvania is crazy. And why Democrats are starting to panic about it. What?
I have a hot take alert.
What?
Had the automatic voter registration thing not passed, I think Biden would be the favorite in Pennsylvania.
I agree.
Nah.
Well, here's the thing with automatic voter registration. Democrats are still losing net voters with it. They lost like 4,000 last quarter or whatever it was.
And they're losing it faster.
Yeah, they're losing
Had
more
they
than
not had
gaining.
it, they probably wouldn't have. I mean, okay, sure, maybe Trump still would have had a chance, but he would have had a much harder time getting his voters out.
And well, we just gotta see. But automatic voter registration, I think it should be everywhere. Like even beforehand, I always thought, okay, the Michigan system's that's just a crapshoot. That's a mess. But I'm just saying, like overall, you should have AVR. Yeah, when you turn 18, like you have to confirm obviously that you're registered and all that, but just automatically register them. Watch them say the registration because of Nikki Haley. Oh, they will. 100% something we're going to claim. It's because of Nikki Haley surging and saving the Republican Party. It's never Trump. Notice that?
That could be part of it, but a very minor.
That might
be a very
explain like
minor-
Delaware. That might
Yeah.
explain Delaware.
Or like Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery. Okay, that
Bucks,
might be a contribution.
The thing with Bucks is
But
like
Bucks is still sort of establishment, I think. I mean, if you have Brian Fitzpatrick winning by that much.
the thing with Bucks is it's Bucks, like Southern Bucks in particular, it is like super Trumpy. There's a lot of Obama Trump voters there. There are a lot of voters that are just not registered yet. So you could argue that's ancestral Republicans, but you can't explain that in Chester, Delaware, or hell, even York to a lesser extent. But they're gaining every single county.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're like,
all right, Democratic primary for AG is starting to get a little competitive now.
Let's see here.
Yep, it is narrowing.
Yeah, but if he's only winning Philly, Delaware, and Chester, it's not enough.
Also,
A lot of
it looks
these
like
little-
Summerlee
Philly is a huge county in Democrat primaries.
it is, yeah.
Well, I'm talking Republican side. I think it's Republican.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I was looking at it for the Democratic.
Oh,
primary,
yeah. So
anyway,
what it comes down to, I think, is Stolzheimer. I think I'm saying her name correctly. My guess.
Stolzheimer
Yeah,
is-
Jack Stolzheimer. So he needs to pray that he does good enough in like Bucks, because if like Kane and Gray are like splitting his vote, he has no chance. That's his problem. They're
yeah,
all from
it's
the
what I
state.
said. I think it's what I said earlier in the stream. This is going to be a geographical divide, which is basically how every
That's
primary
Pennsylvania
goes.
in a nutshell. Every single primary.
That goes back to that Supreme Court primary, last year or something?
That was
Where the
glorious.
Mastano candidates won Western Pennsylvania, and then the GOP candidate, GOP endorsed candidate won Eastern Pennsylvania. So
Let's see here. Shapiro's actually a decent governor. Yeah, for Democrat, he's actually pretty good. Not saying he's S tier, but
someone by like 20 in the next election.
yeah, he's the thing about Shapiro is he's one of the few Democrats that actually gives a shit about people. Like the blue collar worker, the former blue collar Republican or Democrat. They're not Republicans. He actually gives a shit about those people.
I think he has like a plus 40 approval rating.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the thing. If Democrats would be the dominant party, if they actually gave a shit about these people, like they did 20, 30 years ago, they would have gave a shit. If they gave a shit about them, like Shapiro does, they would win every election. Easily. But they don't. They don't care. It's like, screw them. We don't need those filthy rural voters. We just need the suburban white women to save us.
I will say technically, in terms of like nationally, on a national level, Democrats are, I guess, dominant-ish party because they do have more registered voters than
Yeah, but
Republicans.
that's a little misleading. And hey, Poster Tubbs joined.
Anyways,
what's up? How is the
Lisa
primary
gained-
going for the presidential
So
elections?
Trump's starting to
ones?
gain more. It was just early vote that was inflating Haley's margin. So
And what about Biden?
Biden's
he has
at
no
95%.
competition.
95%.
Biden's been at 95 forever, and he's going to stay at 95.
Phillips is doing a bit better with the election days than the early.
Yeah, that's what happened in Ohio.
Bad news. Looks like Summerlee is going to win. She did gain a little
Damn.
bit. And
Yep.
so it's-
Yeah,
Who's
she-
the
I mean,
guy running? Some Indian guy?
She's winning the Westmore
Isn't it some, like-
portion, which is like her weaker part, and I mean she went up in Allegheny.
Wait,
so
what
she's
Tubbs?
probably-
Well, who's running against Summerlee? Some Asian guy or something?
Vini Patel.
Well,
Let's see here. Prince Ray for 2. Bears poll has 40% of Republicans in Pennsylvania approving of Shapiro. Yeah, that's why Shapiro's not going to lose. He just lost.
But Vini woman. Okay, my bad.
All right. Do we get any?
Is.
Yeah, so all the counties that are like 40% for the Republicans, they're all like Trump plus 60, 70. Yeah, their election day votes are going to solve this mysterious Nikki Haley surge.
Okay, I see what's up with Patel. She's basically just an establishment Democrat. But you go to her issues page and it goes to building a strong economy. This probably may have been a turnout for some people. In Congress, I will be an ally to President Biden to help create good paying union jobs.
And will Biden endorse Summer Lee?
Biden actually endorsed Summer Lee. What the fuck?
Yeah, Biden endorsed Summer Lee.
Oh, there you go.
Probably. Rap, how would American politics be if it wasn't rural versus urban? I think it would just be like religious, I think. Mostly religion. If it wasn't urban versus rural. I think you would obviously.
Well, at this point, it's basically Christianity versus atheism.
I mean, that's not really true, though. Because, like, okay, obviously you got the evangelicals Republican side, but you still got a bunch of Catholics on the Democrat side that vote Democrat. But, like, here's
that's for Hispanic, that's for New England.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, okay, if it wasn't for, like...
it depends why it would stop being urban versus rural.
I think it's going to stop eventually. Just for the simple fact that Trump started to do better with minorities. That's a fact. And if that's the case... I think it's going to come down to, like... I really think it's going to be, like, religion or education. One of those two.
I think it already is education now.
Yeah, kind of, but still, it's like... Republicans still do better in rural
Probably
areas.
income. I think it's also class.
Yeah. We just got to see, though. The next, like, 10 years are definitely going to...
That's a variety.
Shake it up.
Okay, Trump just crossed 70%.
Yeah.
I think Trump gets over 80% of the vote.
Yeah, the areas that are 40% or more, he's already at, like, 86%, 88%. These are just early votes. They inflated Haley's margin. Now she's going down.
But I also have to say, like, what do you think? How much of the vote do you think Biden ends up with? Like 93%?
Yeah.
He's already at 95, and he's been at 95 forever. So I think he's going to stay at 95.
Let's see here.
I kind of wanted him to get lower than Trump, but that's not going to happen, obviously.
No, it's not.
The sandwich man for 2. Trump not reaching 1 million and Biden will is concerning. Well, I won't say that because a bunch of these it's early, so these voters are definitely going to be less Trumpy. But B, it's going to be close. I think Republicans, like, get roughly less. But that's expected in Pennsylvania, especially with it being a close primary.
Wow, Biden actually is going to get 1 million. What the fuck?
What?
Biden actually is going to get 1 million, looking at, like, the percent of the vote that's in.
But if election day sucked for the Democrat side, that could just fall. That's his problem.
I mean, it's also just Democrats are much more willing to turn out in elections.
Yeah.
Because, democracy.
Rap, if they...
By the way, what's going on with Lehigh County? They have not come in at all.
Rap, if they throw Trump in jail for a year in contempt, how would it affect the election? I think it backfires if they do that. Because it's like you're holding him in contempt, so you're going to throw him in jail for a year and make him not be allowed to campaign because he was trying to critique the court? Really? That's your strategy? I don't know. Let's see. Looks like Cartwright's Republican challenger gets the same votes as him. Cartwright, is that Brisheen? Is that...
Yeah, that's Bresnahan. I was saying earlier, it seems like Bresnahan is a strong candidate. I mean, he's campaigning on, like, bringing union jobs into the district and, like, his experience, his opening. He seems like a very strong candidate. I mean, I think Cartwright's gonna.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win. The thing about him is, like, he's well known in the district, and this is what I know. I don't know everything about the guy, but he has money behind him. His family owns a construction company, I think.
Yeah, and he's campaigning on using, like, he was in charge of the construction company, and, like, he is, like, campaigning on the fact that, like, he brought jobs into the district with his company.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the most likely districts to flip.
Rap, why do you think
No.
What?
I highly disagree with that. That's one of the most likely to flip.
Rap, why do you think Josh Shapiro is considered a moderator besides him being a moderator on homeschooling and some environmental stuff? Okay, no one say anything, but this is my honest take. Like I said, it's because he's one of the only Democrats that I could think of that doesn't insult, Republic or voters in, like, Westmoreland. They don't insult people, some blue-collar factory worker. He doesn't insult them. He understands, like, what they're going through. He tries to help them. Now, we could question if that's good or not, but he's at least trying. That's why people think he's a moderate. They like him. What do you guys think?
Well, I think that makes sense.
But yeah,
Whoever disagreed with me on Pennsylvania 8th being very likely to flip, could you probably
Pennsylvania 8th. I just still I don't trust it.
Pennsylvania is going to be one of the
Or
hardest
7th.
states
I
to
mean
flip.
7th. I don't trust. I think 8th is gonna flip.
I think Pennsylvania's in
I'm more
general is
confident
like
on
one
the
of the.
seventh.
How's like David McCormick doing in the primary? By the way, I mean he has no.
Dave McCormick is uncontested.
Oh, okay.
But he's already the
I thought he
nominee. He
had
was became the nominee like a month ago.
Okay, and Bob Casey is too, right?
Yeah, Bob
Yeah.
Case is
Both are
uncontested.
uncontested. Actually, most primaries in the state are uncontested.
Yeah, okay. Allegheny, remember that was like, 34% for Trump. Now it's 72%. Yeah, like Trump is doing pretty bad in like Chester, but that's early vote. So why 8th rap? Because
All right,
Cartwright.
we'll go ahead and call Pennsylvania 12 for Summer Lee. It looks like she's only going up, and that's because of Allegheny.
Yeah, so the reason I say Cartwright's gonna lose is he had a bad performance in 2022, considering that worst performance compared to the state. But number 2, he's going against a strong recruit that did not have a challenger in the primary and has money behind him.
Yeah, who was his opponent in 2022?
I can't.
It was a
remember.
pretty garbage candidate.
Bognet.
It was Jim Bognet.
Yeah, Bognet is pretty terrible.
That guy sucked. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Joe Szymanski, whatever you think of him, was like, yeah, Bognet sucks, and yeah, it's a good thing it's not him. Bognet is pretty weak. Who's challenging the 7th? I think it's Wild. That's a much harder district to.
There's 3 candidates.
McKenzie's probably gonna win.
Ryan, there's Ryan McKenzie, Maria Montero, and Kevin Delliger. Delliger was endorsed by
And who's winning the primary? Is it?
It's McKenzie. It was endorsed by it was Americans for Prosperity in the end.
Let's see, 26% Allegheny. Trump 72 is 28%. Yeah, I told people you gotta chill. Like I was like kind of panicky, but I know with Pennsylvania, it's like, okay, you sure these are earlies? Are you sure not? Who freaking knows? But
All right, so squad.
I think Trump gets well over 85% when it's all said and done. I think Trump gets well over 80% when it's probably 87%.
I think just like the performance in like Delaware will keep him under that, but we just gotta see. How will the Supreme Court vote on abortion pills? I honestly don't know. They're just gonna say to the states. I'm guessing.
I hope they don't do something stupid.
I
really hope they don't do something.
They're gonna just say go to the states. It's up to the states, which is the right answer, but we know.
Okay,
but
so
then it'll create election nightmares.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm finally checking out. I'm finally checking out the Republican primary for the Attorney General race, and it's 15% in, but it looks like the county map is somewhat finalized, but I don't know what's going on.
Prince Riot for 2 news. Judge strikes down North Carolina election law from 1877. What?
The fuck? That doesn't sound good. If it's from 1877, that's we might be in trouble.
Surely.
It made it. The law from 1877. It says it made a Class 1 felony for people who vote in North Carolina without having their rights restored. That's what the law did.
All right, right now Trump has 89% of the election day vote.
Let's see here. Oh,
so doing it by
who won?
78.
Wait, hold on. They called the auditor race. Who won? Or did they call it? Kenyatta's gonna win.
Oh yeah, well Kenyatta, yeah, he was favored by the party.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah, Kenyatta's. I think Kenyatta's in danger.
I think
in
he
the
loses.
general, that is. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, but Mike Johnson's the worst congressman ever. Okay, that's not the truth.
Not even the worst House Speaker ever.
He's up there.
Like
not even the worst speaker, but I mean he's not good.
He's horrible.
I mean, compare him to like John Boehner or obviously Pelosi was horrible. I mean, Pelosi from a Republican standpoint was bad, but from a Democratic standpoint was actually kind of effective. But compare him to like even McCarthy, even though McCarthy was the same, and it's like, oh, I mean, the worst House Speaker in history was probably Dennis Hassard, but
Yeah, well, we all know that's a separate ordeal.
Trump needs to distance himself from Mike Johnson, otherwise it might cost him the election.
Okay, that's an online take. I'm sorry.
It's not. It's not. The base hates him. The base hates
Bro,
Mike Johnson.
I'm just saying, like, no one's gonna vote against Trump because of that. I'm just saying, it's not.
They're not going to turn out. It's going to lower turnout.
I doubt
it.
that.
Absolutely can, especially when
It
Trump
may
keeps
not-
defending him.
I don't think it changes anything.
It absolutely can.
Bro, listen. We're 7 months away from the election. Unless something crazy happens, I doubt that anything happens or occurs.
How many
Probably
Republicans are happy with Mike Johnson?
I'm not. Listen.
I don't think
How many are
I'm
happy
not saying
that
though,
Trump's defending him?
All I'm saying is no one's gonna just vote against Trump or not vote because 7 months ago he said something good about Johnson. It's not gonna happen.
Okay, here's the thing. It's not just Republican hardliners. We're talking people that never voted in their lives, but then voted for Trump for the first time in 2016. And when Trump keeps defending people that were the same reason they didn't vote ever before, they're going to lose trust in him, and it's going to lower turnout.
Vote against him because they're just not going to.
I never said they're going to vote against him. I said they're not going to turn out.
But the same thing though. They're not going to.
No, it's not. It's not. That's not how everyone.
No. Listen.
Look, you're looking at it through a partisan lens.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
you are.
No one cares about what Trump said 8 months ago about the speakership. That's just a fact.
You just.
Now, if he says if Trump says they should pass, the House should pass Ukraine aid like a week before the election, that's a different story.
Okay, here's the thing though. These things build up. People actually do remember these things. They absolutely remember these things.
But I'm just saying, like, listen, they're gonna do. Tell me, has a single voter as of now changed your mind on Trump because of Johnson?
I'm sure there are definitely a good amount of people out there that are less likely to vote now than they were before because of it.
I highly doubt that. Whatever, we'll see in like 6 months.
It may affect.
I'm talking about the populace in the Midwest, in the Rust Belt.
I just don't think that enough people,
especially the anti-war ones in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
I just don't think there's be enough of that. Just because Trump sits up with the speakership, we gotta see. Let's see. Anyways. Pale for 2. I'm a Trumper. Announcing Mike would disappoint me. You know, Johnson just screwed either way.
One of the main reasons Trump gained a bunch of new voters that never voted before was his anti-war stance. And when Mike Johnson goes and sends a bunch of more weapons to Ukraine to get more people killed,
well, that might
people are going to start doubting Trump.
That's going to hurt Republicans in the House. I think it will, but I don't think it's just going to hurt Trump. He's not.
He
in the
needs
House.
to denounce sending weapons.
I agree with that, but I just don't think 7 months before the election is going to matter. Let's
just
end this debate. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't take that much. It's a small percent that needs to not turn out, and that's all it would take.
Well, okay, my question is honestly, how many low propensity voters even know who Johnson is?
You do realize more and more people have been getting involved in politics because of Trump.
Even then, I understand that, but even then, most polls, like half the country doesn't even know who the hell Mike Johnson is. It doesn't even, like...
And that goes more and more and more. And here's the thing. If these problems with Mike Johnson keep going, you say, oh, they will forget about what happens back in April. What if they keep doing this? I'm not seeing, at this rate, why won't they send Ukraine aid right before the election? And what will Trump do then? Will he still defend Mike Johnson?
Know. I'm saying, like, to say as of now or something, I just can't say anything right now because we're only in April. All right, anyways. Trump's now up to 74.5%. Trump is surging, surely. Philly, he's at 71%. Bucks, he's at 63%. Yeah. But again, the more the votes are counted, the more Trumpy it is. It's just a fact.
So, do you think? And what I really hate how New York Times makes you still fucking paywalls their maps. But
yeah, that's just dumb. Yeah. Just make it free.
And one more clarification, and I'll be done for sure. I just want to clarify. You were saying, well, not voting for Trump is the same as voting for Biden. That's not how. When we're talking about online takes, that's an online take. Not most people don't think like that, especially new Trump voters that voted Democrat their whole lives or just didn't vote. That they don't see it. They don't see it like that.
Mia has been a member for 9 months or 19 months. My mom and almost all of her friends voted Trump in 2016 and 20 and refused to back me now in the primary. And Joan goes back in Johnson, Pennsylvania. I just don't believe that. I'm honest. I just don't believe that there are voters out there that think, oh, yes, Trump 8 months ago, I'm not going to vote for him because he said something about Johnson. But we just got to see. Pale for 5. I agree with Rap. None of my family / relatives, old voters, know who the hell the speaker is. Yeah, there might be.
It doesn't take a lot.
This isn't like a Nancy Pelosi where everyone knows who she is. She was a speaker for 10 years. She was infamous. Like, that's not who Mike Johnson is. People know him, if they know him, as the guy that got him because McCarthy got thrown out.
Do people
Trump
even
needs
know
to
who
stick on
Kevin
the anti-war message, and he's drifting from it.
Wait. Did people even know who like Kevin McCarthy was? I mean, he was more well
Barely.
known than Mike. Yeah, it's like Nancy Pelosi is like a very, I guess, unique politician in the sense that she was like a household name because she was in politics. She was like Speaker of the House in the 2000s, and then she was like a huge face of the Democrats throughout the Obama years and even much of the Bush years. So people have known who like Nancy Pelosi is since like the early 2000s, if not 1990s. You know, people didn't knew who Paul Ryan was because he was in politics for a
He was
while.
vice president.
And yeah, exactly. Nobody knows who the fuck McCarthy, Hakeem Jeffries, or Mike Johnson are, or even John Boehner. I don't think that many people like remember John Boehner.
So this is just Kevin McCarthy. This is the latest YouGov poll. Kevin McCarthy, 33% of people have no opinion on him. They don't know who he is. Let's just look at Mike Johnson. All right, again, this is one poll, but Mike Johnson, 39% don't even know who he is. You know, it's like, and a large chunk of them are Republicans. So independents. So
what chunk?
You know
of
what
people
percentage
didn't know
of
who
it would
McCarthy
take
is?
for Republicans to not turn out to cost Trump the election?
I understand, like, it goes down like a couple points, but at the same time, you have to assume Democrat turnout's going to go down also. You just have to assume that this cycle, with enthusiasm for both sides being just relatively speaking, down.
If 1 in 30 Republicans just lose interest in the election because of this whole fiasco, just 1 in 30. What's that? How's that going to affect the election?
Same thing can be like said for 1 in 20 Democrat or 1 in 30 Democrats don't vote. The same thing can happen.
Sure, but that doesn't change the fact that what Trump's doing could potentially cost him the election.
Maybe it could. Maybe I just don't think it does. Anyway, let's listen.
And so we got some winners now. I think we can make some calls now for
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania 7.
The
Attorney
the
General
Lehigh County job was very favorable to McKenzie.
All right, Pennsylvania 7th. I think we can call it for Ryan McKenzie. Ryan McKenzie will be the nominee. He'll go up against Susan Wild. And then for the Attorney General, Dave Sunday is going to be the nominee, and he'll go up against, we'll see, probably Eugene DePasquale.
All right, let's see. Pennsylvania 7th. Yeah, McKenzie looks like he's going to hold on. He's up by 11 now.
Yeah, that's because Lehigh. Lehigh came in big for him, so it's basically done.
Urbanization of race will not play as much a role in the future lines of American polarization. Education, attainment, and class will play a bigger role. Yeah, I agree. That's 100% what's going to happen.
For this, I'm going to call it for Eugene DePasquale as well. So I think pretty much all the primaries are done.
Yep.
Hey, I'm back, and I actually just read something really interesting.
What?
A judge in New York just ruled that the Second Amendment does not exist within the state of New York.
Wait, what?
What the fuck?
I thought the judge just said that like rhetorically, not as like a ruling.
Okay.
Do not bring the Second Amendment into this courtroom. It doesn't exist here, so you can't argue Second Amendment. This is New York.
Bro.
That judge should be automatically disbarred.
Yeah, that's insane. Charlie Howard for 5. If he wasn't running for North Carolina Attorney General, would Bishop be a good speaker? I think he would. He wouldn't have the votes. I think he would, though. Prince, you're right for 2. This argument is dumb and will be irrelevant soon. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't think Mike Johnson survives. That's why I think this doesn't matter.
I'm talking about this from a populist perspective. Everyone here are partisan Republicans, so I think, and I'm not trying to say this as an insult, I think it might be hard to understand how a non-partisan Republican looks at this. Yeah, it's easy to say, oh, that's a goofy reason to not vote for Trump. That's not how a lot of people think.
The thing is, though, like, the only people that know who Johnson is are partisans. That's a fact. The non-partisans are less likely to know who the hell Johnson even is.
There are many populist voters that pay attention to elections that are independent.
You're straw-manning me, my guy.
I'm not.
I'm just, listen. What? Dubs?
No, I was going to say, these people voted for Trump when Paul Ryan was House Speaker, and you think they're not going to vote for Trump because Mike Johnson's House Speaker, Tyrone?
I didn't say that. Yeet said that.
Say that again?
Sorry, I got you guys. Sorry. Anime profile pics, but yeah.
Real.
Trump at least needs to reaffirm his stance while these
Damn straight, I'm an anime profile picture, motherfucker. What about it?
What?
Nothing, but I mean, do you really think that the same people, like these, independent populists, like blue collar type of workers, whatever you want to call this voting demographic, they voted for Trump when like Paul Ryan was House Speaker, and you think they're not going to vote for Trump because Mike Johnson?
Was Trump going out of his way constantly to defend him no matter what?
Yes.
I mean,
not to mention, Trump was overall a much more anti-establishment candidate in 2016 than he is now. Recently, Trump has been warming up more and more with swampy people. He's not the same person. I think we all understand this. The perception is not the same.
You're telling me the past year and a half, what Trump has been very consistent on saying the war must end. It must be Europe's duty. He's been very consistent on that front. Does that not matter now?
He's been moving towers. We need to send them loans versus we need to end the war now, is what I've been seeing.
Listen, he said one thing about loans. He might have said like once in like 2023. I've seen like once or twice. Most of the time, though, he's been saying the war must end. Prince is writer for 2. I vote Obama 2012. This topic is so dumb. I don't know. I understand what people are coming from. Like, okay, if Trump, warms up to the establishment, maybe some people will be pissed off. But I just don't think, like, these non-partisans that don't pay attention to elections 24/7 or politics, they're not going to care as much. That's my whole argument. Okay. Enough of that topic because people are getting sick of it.
Yeah, I just joined it. I'm getting sick of it too.
People are next are seeing though Perry is going to lose this time. Are people actually thinking Scott Perry is going to lose this time?
I mean, Democrats have been targeting that seat for years. They've never gotten it. I don't think they've came close.
Well, it's never been a priority for Democrats because there's always been closer seats they can win.
Rap. Why didn't Trump intervene the recent foreign aid bill? I'm not a fan of what he did, but I don't think.
Well, it sounds like he somewhat supported it, if anything.
Well, did he directly say anything about that though? Because you hear these anonymous sources are so full of crap half the time.
I don't believe anonymous sources by default. Sorry. Unless there's a name to it in which we can prove it's credible or absolute bullshit, I don't trust anonymous sources unless the person posting the anonymous source is also an anonymous source who has a strong track record of posting credible anonymous sources. Yeah. But that's more often the exception than the rule. So
they're literally giving Trump credit for the loan idea, and I'm pretty sure they've talked about. Didn't Trump give the approval of Mike Johnson right as he was passing the bill? Did he not do that?
I don't remember if Trump got the approval of Mike Johnson, but I know the loan was something that they did. That was something they did because they thought, at least either they thought that Trump would like it or Trump.
And why isn't Trump criticizing the bill at all? Has he done that?
I don't think he has.
No, he hasn't.
But again,
I've been completely out of the loop on what's been happening with Trump or Johnson, so my lack of commentary is rather a lack of knowledge about what's been happening.
Let's see.
Yeet does prove pretty serious points, though, if true. If Trump is passively giving the nod to Johnson in this, that is
Well, that's again.
It's a horrible look. It's a horrible look.
We're 7 months away from the election. Just okay. Can we just end the subject? Chad is just getting on my tail about this. They're just saying, please stop.
Yeah, we should probably move on because I think we've kind of reached the end of the.
Alright, we're just in circles now. Pale for 5. Maybe this is dumb, but maybe Warhawkish pro-Johnson Trump rhetoric gains establishment boomer voters. I don't think so. If that's a case Trump supported, and my best guess it was the best of the worst, I guess. That's the only thing that makes sense. Make it alone or whatever. I don't know. I don't freaking know. But with anonymous sources, you don't know. Unless you have Trump saying in open that he supports $95 billion to Ukraine, or $60 billion. He did say if we have a foreign aid package, should be a loan, but did he support this specific one? I don't know.
All right, we got some news here. Ceasefire protesters are outside of Chuck Schumer's home.
Oof. All right.
There.
So, are all the races called then? At least the ones we can pretty much call at this point.
I mean, I called on. That doesn't mean they're going to be called.
I mean,
they're probably not going to be called for like a day, but.
Yeah, I mean, Summerlee expanded her lead. Janelle Stelson is going to be the nominee for the 10th. Mackenzie's going to be the nominee for the 7th. Fitzpatrick's won his primary. It looks like DePasquale's going to win his primary as well as Dave Sunday. And the only things left would be state legislative primaries.
Also, I think we have some Pennsylvania safety takes now.
Oh yeah, I remember someone early on in the chat was mentioning the Gregory versus Barger race in Pennsylvania House District 80. And currently Gregory is only leading by, it's about looks like less than 1%. I think 0.8%.
Okay. So if all the elections are basically called, because we know, like, okay, the Attorney General race, we know who's going to win that more than likely. Like, yeah, there's a lot of votes outstanding, but it appears that, how do you say his name? DePasquale?
I just pronounce it like DePasquale, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, so I think he's going to hold on. Because there are a lot of votes in the part of the state he is doing real.
And the New York Times calls it for Summerlee.
And yeah, that's about it. So I think we're probably in the stream shortly. If anyone got more super chats, more any last questions, begin sending them now. Last calls for all that stuff. I think all the races are called. There wasn't really any upsets tonight. No memes tonight.
There weren't.
I wasn't in the chat for most of the stream, so of course not.
Trump won the election and he defended Paul Ryan that he could still win if he defends Mike Johnson. Well, let's just get off that subject, but it just whatever. We just gotta see what happens.
Y'all motherfuckers need to just learn to drop shit.
Yeah. News. Senate just passed the Ukraine aid bill. Yeah, freaking losers.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
They passed it today. Well, they passed like
the
bills. There was
80 to 19, and Rand Paul didn't vote.
Of course he didn't.
I don't know why he didn't, unless maybe there's something wrong with Ron Paul, but I don't know.
Who knows? All right, so again, last calls for any super chats. So is there anything else, any other races tonight? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
I know Mastriano's running for a state senate seat, but I think he already won.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, he did. It was uncontested.
Yeah,
it
was
uncontested.
So there wasn't. I don't think there was a single upset tonight.
Yeah, there were.
It was all North Carolina because I'm getting a lot of people talking about it now, and Kyle Robinson's in trouble because he's a newsie and whatnot.
All right, so the auditor seat we know about, Attorney General we know. The only thing that matters now is what Trump's final margin is, but they're gonna take forever to count this. Frickin' Pennsylvania. Unbelievable. But like I said, as of now, the areas that have counted votes, all the votes, or more of them, they have been way more Republican. Pale for 2. James, vote Trump for $1,000.
I'm not going to sell my vote. And also, I'm in Connecticut. It's not like my vote's going to... It's like my vote's not going to...
All right. Hey, how many votes does Biden
How
have?
do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about that North Carolina governor poll?
Bullshit. That's all
I
gotta
literally
say.
don't believe any of the North Carolina governor polls.
Listen, here's what I'll say: if it's if it's Stein plus 10 and it's like D plus 8, yeah, just throw it out.
North Carolina governor polls are some of the worst polls I've ever seen. Never accurate.
Sussy boy.
Yeah, and it's also funny. I mean, basically every dissent based saying like, "Oh, Robinson's a bad candidate."
Sussy
so
boy for
much
2. Our side can be a bit hormonal sometimes. Maybe. All right, yeah. So nothing really happened tonight. So Biden ends up with probably like just under 1 million, or right.
New York Times called the Attorney General primary for Dave Sunday.
They did. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and I would just call for the Democrat side too. I mean, could
Up by 20.
Could they pull it off? Maybe, but
yes, all of these primaries should already be called. Like, there's no reason for any of them to not.
Well,
be.
because because there's some areas
I know they're
that
probably waiting.
There's election days.
I know they're probably waiting for like the threshold to crack like 50 or something, but and Ryan McKenzie's up by 10. I don't see much changing because his best territory is only 12% in, and I don't know how that's gonna narrow up at all.
The worst, let's see here. The worst state polls rap could attest to this is from Wisconsin. Cough, cough. ABC Biden plus 17. Yeah, I remember that well. Some people believe that.
I remembered that poll. Yeah.
Now again, most people didn't believe that crap, but I've always wondered this: how many people didn't vote because of that poll?
Yeah, like how many people just saw that poll and they thought that it was the election was basically over.
You know, and like this is what I'm trying to say. If you have a poll like that, don't release it. Because you're going to cause you want to talk about election interference? That's election interference, in my opinion. Again, if it's
I'll tell you what, I think Democrats are releasing those polls on purpose.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
But I think that's just, you should be allowed to do that. The fact that you release a Biden plus 17 poll, if it's Biden plus 5, that's one thing. But Biden plus 17? That's basically saying, oh, well, Trump's going to lose, 2004 or 2008 style.
I mean, and also it also like for potential vote, like it could also be that someone has seen that poll, but they still plan on voting, but then they had something comes up on election day, or they just have to like work late or something, and then they just decide not. They decide not to vote. It's like, oh, who cares? And I was probably not going to change this, but I mean, I couldn't. Like people just may decide not to go out of their vote if they see like polls that
like Biden plus 17. If it's like Biden plus 5, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if as a pollster, you should not be releasing a poll like that. If there's no way in hell that's gonna happen. You had some,
especially if it isn't at least somewhat similar to the other polls that have been released.
Yeah, if it's a swing state, you gotta be real careful. Gustavo G for 2, starting to do there's just way too much stupidity. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Is there anything else to talk about? I think everything's been dealt with.
I think we already talked about everything. Yeah, I had to leave for a bit, connect some.
Yeah, so all that's gonna happen now is we gotta see what final turnout is. We're not gonna know for a while. But anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. So any last thoughts, anyone? Anything you...
I think, yeah, Trump gets over 85% of the vote.
Yeah, so Trump's winning over 85, I agree.
Yeah. There's a state house primary that hasn't even started counting yet.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing gonna happen. Nothing.
Fitzpatrick dropped under 80%.
What?
Fitzpatrick dropped under 80%.
Oh, it's Joe for him.
Oh,
the election days are not that good for him.
Well, that's kind of expected because that's even more like Trump.
I guess that's the MAGA people filling up.
Have a great night, rap. Yep. So, anyways, folks, we will be back with the stream on Thursday, probably. I don't know. We just gotta see, but we'll be back. We'll see you guys. I don't know what, but we just gotta see. Anyways, folks, we'll see you guys in the next video, stream, or wherever you see me from. Godspeed to all of you.